Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know, like a motherfucking smack addict. And as you can tell by today, look at the thumbnail, then look at the face that's right here in front of you, man. Yes, indeedy, man. Never done before, never to be duplicated. This is the homeboy Spookio de Islas Casitas Salas, the realest, the illest, the real one. I've known him forever, man. Here he is. I brought him to you live and direct. Spooky, what's up, brother?
What's up, Carnal? What you doing?
Man, I'm just living, bro. Hey, I'm happy you joined us, bro. I'm happy that you jumped on, man. I know you're going through a lot of things right now, and I'm gonna let you explain that. Um, but how you doing, bro? How's your spirits? You know what I mean?
It's good. I'm just, just like I said, just taking it slow, homie. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. And for those of the people that don't know, this is Spooky, like I said, the Casitas. He's in the book, of course, Blood in the Fields. And he's in several people's mouths. Put it like that, man. Everybody always has something to say. Mostly positive about the homeboy Spookio. He's the living legend of Salas. For those of you that know now, you know. He's doing 4 life sentences plus 111 years. For alleged acts. And we'll just say that, and we'll leave it at that. But tell us your story, Carnal. Tell us your story from a youngster, man. How you gravitated, how you ended up where you're at, bro.
Okay, well, when I got out of YA in '95, after me and you did our stint in Alice, I went back to Salas. And when I went back to Salas, I ran with a lot of older homeboys. When I was out there, it was Mikeo, Matao, Robert Rose Chico, Beast, Chava, Weasel, the Homeboy Night Out for Market, Johnny Martinez, So, we're out there functioning, doing our thing, and just out there getting it. But I was always with the homeboy Chico, because me and Chico, he was like me, you know what I mean? Nah, this is the way it is. This way it's gonna be. Fuck you. You got my money. I need that. So he kind of schooled me in the way he came up and the way he was. Well, night I was over there with my dad, and my dad was schooling him to be seasoned in a different way. So we took 2 different routes. You know what I mean? And then I am going to a house party one day, and I'm getting caught up in a hot one, and me and the homeboy Snoopy, Mike Waters, we both got busted for it, but I was 17 at the time, so they tried me as an adult, and from juvenile hall, like that Tupac song said, from juvenile hall to the pen, that was me. Shorty want to be a thug. That was kind of like my life story, you know what I mean? And
Exactly,
I hit the joint, man, you know what I mean? And I didn't get involved in politics, and and it took me down a long ass line, you know what I mean? And I was out there, Big Smiley, Art Ramirez from Salas was down doing his cataracts, his eyes, and I'm doing a removal with the homeboy Sykes from San Fran, and we went to the Hoyo. I believe Boxer was back there, Chente was back there, Rico Lobo were back there, a couple other homeboys that are known were back there already, and I came through. I didn't actually get to meet them dudes back there during that time because I was still in reception, so. I gotta run into him, but I did meet Big Smiley. You know what I mean? When they're kicking me out, he was going to go and do his cataract. So I was able to meet the dude, OG veterano legend from Salas.
Yeah, it's a legend.
And I just right there, and I was really good as far as being on the books as a bro. 18 years old. I'm 18 now, I'm a bro now, I'm doing my thing, and that's all I know is I was one of those brothers where I didn't want to have the yard. I want to be in first wave. This is what I do.
Frontline
still in my hand. Let me go set example, because there wasn't too many people that was willing to pick up stuff to set an example and put in the work that needed to be put in. And people used to take positions so they didn't have to go do nothing. I was opposite. I was like, I'll do it. You know, I don't care. You know, what's cracking. You know what I mean? And so that's what I would do. You know, and then later on, you know what, things just started just clicking in my wheels and stuff like that. And then I ended up paroling at 19 because I took a plea bargain for 4 years because they didn't actually know which ones actually killed the Sureño, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ended up coming out, and when I came out, I hooked up the home with Fish. Chico was out there, but Chico was stationed in Sanjo. So he's like, hey, that's the little homie right there. He's on the books. He's this, he's that. Go ahead and embrace him to the fullest and let him do what he does, because he's about money and he's about making sure that people follow the bylaws, the creed, and you know, he's going to get things done. And you know, that's what I was doing out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So,
You know,
hey,
so I was out there functioning to the fullest.
yeah, oh yeah, I know that. There's no doubt about that, man. Anyone that's watching this knows, and if they don't now, they do. Trip out on this. I wanted to take it back, bro, to Salas. Salas in general. You know, Salas gets that stigma. Everybody hears the city of Salas. That's headquarters. It's always was, always gonna be. How was it growing up in Salas as a youngster, bro? Because you guys are laced differently, bro. You know what I mean? I'm from the Valle.
Okay.
You're from
Well,
Salas.
see,
You guys are laced different.
you got to understand, right? Like the carnal is going to the streets. You know, you know, like my dad was carnal, my brother, you know, my primo, little man. You know, I mean, my family's been enriched in the cause. You know, from the 60s, 70s. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa from Watsonville. You know what I mean? And it's like the way we're schooled is always, always teach, always teach. You know,
You're good, Kanan. Mm-hmm.
always, always, like you have to always school your own gente. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what they would do is like what you're on the corner slinging yaska or whatever. They would tell you, you know, if you ever go to the pinta and you're asked to do something, you know, regardless of what it is, you know, do it. You know, that's the difference between a northerner and norteño. You know what I mean? Work. You say you're a norteño, right? And you're putting in work and this and that. So they used to school us like, and like when I was growing up, you know, like you had a handful. You had Montel, you had Chico, you had Beast. Who else was out there? You had Mikeo.
Mm-hmm.
Eli told the OGs from Casitas. You had a lot of them dudes out there. Little Man Castaneda, all these dudes coming out that would school us and tell us like this is the way the pinta really is. And you know, all we're doing is just kicking back on the corner slinging dough. You know,
Yeah.
so like that was the time that they would school us and you know, and they would be like, when you go up there, always represent, you know what I mean? This is what it
Yeah.
is. So when you go to county jail, they school you. You're always getting glecha. It's mandatory glecha. You're always going to get glecha,
Man, bro.
and it gets broken down different ways where it's like, this is what it means to be this. This is why we make sacrifices. This is why we do that. So that's instilled in you at a young age. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people don't know, like, you know, the OG carnals like around my dad's age, you know, and you know, Hurricane and Diamond Hank and all these bottles. These bottles are older than Matt and Bucky. You know what I mean? These
Oh, yeah.
these are like second generation carnales, and then Bucky and Matt and all them are come after them. Well, see, during that time, they're the ones that started Vagos. They're the ones that brought Sureños to Salas because they were getting indicted under the lot of affairs retarding the familia and Salas for a long time. So a lot of people don't know that, but it started as MBL, Madera Barrio Locos, and then they extended to Vagos, you know, because a lot of them moved from Dera Street all the way over there to the east side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but that's how it started. But being schooled in Salas is like, it's always been like that. It's always going to be like that, you know, and like Pac said, you know, everybody in Salas got a little bit of thug in them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just how it is, you know. And you know, there's quiet as it's kept. The Moscows are pulling Sureños from Salas into the air, man. You know what I mean? And like I ran into one, you know what I mean,
Well,
from La Posada that got made.
trip out on this. As far as Salas goes, that you coming from Casitas, and I know a lot of authors from Casitas. I've had the privilege of doing time with you and other ones. I don't want to say their names, but you know who I know. You guys had a beef with the Semsters. What was that over, and what was that about, bro? You know, being the two biggest barrios in Salas, you guys, the Semsters, it was always a bitter rivalry. Was it more fun and just, hey, we're doing our thing, you guys, or was it more of really fucking trying to get at each other?
Nah, it was we was look, anytime you fuck with one of us, you fuck with one bean, you don't get the whole burrito. You know what I mean? And Market thought they were privileged because all the carnales were from Sam. You know what I mean? And but they ain't built like us. They ain't built like us. Ain't nobody from Salas built like Vatos from Casitas, Kilbert, or Casa Plaza. You're not built like us, bro. You know what I mean? We're Barrio Warfare right there down the street. It's like every other street from Casitas to Sanborn is a barrio.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I say the east side of Salas starts from Laurel Extension, all the way to Del Monte.
Mm,
From Sanborn all the way to Williams Road. That's the east side.
that's
Market
just the eat.
is that
Yeah.
way. Market's got nothing. They got this big ass strip. They don't even kick it in their hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not doing it the way we are. And the thing is, and Roki will tell you, boxer, if you ever get a chance to run it, holler at Chico or some real Simsters, older generation, ask them. Just say, hey man, keep it 100. Why you guys fuck with Casitas for? When they were hitting
Yeah.
gun stores, guess who they were giving the guns to? They were giving the guns to us, not to Simsters, not to Fremont boys. You know what I mean? And that was the thing, is that we was getting it. You know what I mean? And we're just
Yeah,
bred it
moving.
differently.
Yeah.
We have a close knit um neighborhood
Like a
where you
family
can't
bond.
get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't get in no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I've
And
that's what I've
like,
heard with Casitas. It's more of a family, huh?
yeah.
You guys are all families. And hey, so trip out on this, Spooky. I don't want to cut you off, bro. I wanted to ask this. So let's take it to the time where you're really out there functioning, bro, and you get caught up on the case you're in now. And then I want to take it into that courtroom. All right, let's take it to the courtroom and then we'll backtrack. You told me a story last time we were chopping it up, bro, and I wanted to clear some shit up about the vato that testified against you. I forget his name. What was his name? Joe Mo, or what was his name? The vato that actually testified against you in court, right? For the case
All
you're in on
right.
now, and that he was supposed to be hit in that courtroom, right?
So that
Um,
vato that I was telling you about, his name
yeah,
was Joe Mo,
Joe
right?
Mo.
Joe Ybarra. And
Mhm.
he was from Northside Gonza. He was from Gonzales, the city of Gonzales.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was in bad standings because he had got his girlfriend pregnant and she was 16 years old. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So what he tried to do is he tried to go work out a deal with him in the feds, with the feds to get time off. And the
Okay.
thing about that is that he was only doing an 8-month violation and he couldn't handle it. So he caught the
Wait.
deal. You know what I mean? So they let him out. They let him out the week that Mikio got killed. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And what he
Yeah.
was doing is he was copying dope and turning it over to the Fed.
Mm. We lost the homeboy right now, but we'll definitely get him back here in a minute. So bear with me, gente. Bear with me. Um, you know, bear with me. I'll have to edit some of this and get it together, but we'll definitely make it happen. Um, let me see if we can get the homeboy back in. Let me try to add him to the stream again. Bear with me, gente. We got him back. Okay, Spookio. So let's pick
Yeah, I
up.
hear. Hey,
All right, brother.
so what this Vato did is he was buying dope off of Angel and Lobo and turned it over to the Fed, trying to build. They were trying to build a Fed case through dope, right?
Yeah.
But then Lobo had told him, don't come out, something's about to happen. And that was the night my Q got whacked, right? So now they're like, try to find out who did it, you know? And he would come around. See, like I know him because in '89, I was in juvenile hall with him. He was my neighbor. And like I knew him for the longest time, but I knew he was on freeze for some shit that he was doing, you know? And I was like, all I could do was just tell them this of what I know of you. I can't stamp nothing, you know what I mean? Because there's C's out here. You know, now if it was just me, I could clear you and do it all that and investigate it myself. However, I'm not out here. You got C's, just like 4 C's out here. You know what I mean? So so that happened, and so they started building a case like that, you know, and that's how the feds got in to our regiment, was through him. That's why there's supposed to be no juntas of any kind. And if there is a junta, everybody's supposed to be getting patted down, no cell phones, no nothing in there, and you have to come in shorts and a tank top, and you have to lift your shirt up before you get in there. You know what I mean? And it has to be in a backyard or something where a radio could be played, where you can't eardrop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a lot. That's something else, though. You know what I mean?
So trip out. What I wanted to talk about is you get into
but that was Joe Moore. That's the one that testified against me.
Yeah. So that the story was that, and I heard the story several times, was that he was supposed to be possibly hit before he was able to testify, and that two canales, but two homeboys were supposed to be doing it. Did that ever materialize, or did you yourself take the initiative to try to do that?
No, well, if they would have told me, do you have any? Because I had manpower out there. I had a lot of homies from casitas, right? But see, the thing is what was going on in the county jail. Is like, first of all, like Gold Boss should have never been in Salas, period. After Mike Q got killed, he was supposed to go to TC, but he stayed up in Salas to avenge Mike Q, and they started doing some AWOL shit. I read the filters that came out of the Bay a week before Mike Q got killed. You know what I mean? Because I was reading it, because I was there, gabbing in apartments. Me, Willie Stokes, and Mike Q were there. We're drinking, we're talking, and he was showing me filters. He was like, "So what do you think?" I said, "Nah, that's legit," because you start knowing the handwriting of secretaries and people, so you know it's legit. It's like you know, anytime we would get something, I would read it and I'll be like, yeah, that's the homie's writing. He writes sideways, slanted, and this is how he always lowercase his eyes, so you know that's him. You know, I mean, he had like a finesse to it. So when that was happening, you got to remember that started a lot of stuff in Salas, and everybody knows we're going around trying to clip people, this and that. They hit the homie LB, and that's why Night Owl got green lighted. Yeah, that's why Night Owl got a green light on him, because Pelon's his primo, and from our understandings, Night Owl showed him where Lobo lived. You know what I mean? So that's why Night Owl got green lighted. It got cleared up later on. You know what I mean? But that's what happened. But in the county jail, we're fighting.
Oh yeah. So it was
like I said, that was some underhanded shit that came out of C3 text. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was two different.
See, with that was like you. What happened?
No, I said, so basically it was two different factions.
A
faction that was for Mike Q, and then a faction that believed in what the Canales had sent, the filter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, here's the thing is that legitly by right, he should have got Salas.
Yeah.
MC should have got Salas by right. Simple as that. And I'll be the first to tell you. But the way we established things and the way we had things going, nobody trusted him, you know, because he's never did nothing for us. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a legend. He does stuff. But every time he has Salas, the money that we're making, how we're bringing people in, how we're able to go up and down Cali and open, just like put it together the way it's supposed to be put together. Nobody's ever did it the way we did it. Like I said, it was Chente, Rico, me, and Lobo, and Angel, right? You gotta remember, we all had different crews. You know what I mean? And when you're getting out, they tell you, you function, you want to function under Carrera guidelines. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what we're doing. And I was able to bring a lot of homeless from casitas in, you know, because ever since the Halloween thing, like none of them really wanted to fuck with the mob. They were like, nah, they did this to us, fuck them. And we had an unwritten rule that nobody's to, if we go to the pintas, to do what we do and get out, and that's it. But nothing that has to do with the mob. But it changed later on down the line. Now if you have have a couple good brothers, you know one of the other brothers, you're on white with them, you know. So you know, there's it's a lot of stuff that happened during that time.
Yeah, most definitely. So, and what I'm trying to get to the core of is, okay, so it all goes down. They're implicating you in possibly out there trying to hit copas. All the shit's going down. You get caught up on your case. You're sitting in county jail. Now you're in the courtroom. Joe Mo's on the stand.
Yeah.
What happened, bro? What happened on the stand?
Okay, so in county jail, they separated us, seat pot and night pot, because we're fighting with the homeboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that dude shotgun that you talked about, he became my victim because we went to visiting, and a week before that, the homeboys got off with iPod. The next week, I went out there, and he was there, and I fired on him. Yeah, Felipe, and I fired on him, and I took off on him. The other guys came and helped him, and you know. You would think that I would have been fucked up, but I wasn't. YA baby, got these mitts right here, hard mitts. They hurt. I'm telling you. Right? So later on, I'm going to trial. Joe Mo's there. They're telling me, hey, there's a homegirl that works there. She's gonna fucking key the side door. It's gonna be popped open. You guys slip through there. Walk through the courtroom. You miss the first door. The second door opens and the witness will be right there. And that's where they were supposed to pop them at. But when they started telling them, you know, this, because I was going back and be like, look, they're going to have plainclothes officers there. They're, you know, they're going to be with you. So you got to open up the door, unload. You're probably going to hit the judge too, do whatever you're going to do, and then you break. But when you break out going that way, where you could hit the stairs, not the way you came in, you go the other way. So you're going to pass other courtrooms as you're going, but as you're going, you're getting out. And there's no blockage right there. You just hit the stairs, you go down, and then you're out. Because I was on the top floor. Yeah. And so when the lights go off, and you know, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, and I'm like, where's these fools at? So I'm thinking like, you know what, fuck it. So as soon as I get up and I push the chair back and I turn to go to get around the table, dude grabs me. He grabs me like right here. And like I turn and I push. And then I try to go again. But by then they're already on me. It's like 6 dudes on me. But I keep trying to go, and I'm just like, fuck, what the fuck, man, what's going on? I'm like,
were the lights off at this time?
But it never happened, but that it was supposed to happen. Yeah, the lights are off at that time.
The lights went off. See, a lot of people don't know that story, that the lights actually went off. The homeboys didn't come, so you had to take flight.
It went off. Yeah. I figured that I could get up there and just, you know, do some of that, some bang bang that way.
You were trying to do the Kung Fu Panda or what?
And then you know, they asked him, do you see Lovato in the courtroom today? And he said, yeah. And he was like, who? And he was like, him. And he pointed at me and he was like, and they were like, how do you know it's him? He goes, because I've been knowing Paul for fucking 10 years, 15 years since he was a kid, you know what I mean? And so I kind of sealed the deal, man, you know what I mean? And I try to keep them there to the next day, but they didn't have no, I mean, no, like, see, like, I lived and breathed that, you know what I mean? And if they would have asked me to go into the courtroom, I would have went, you know what I mean? I mean, you signed up a life commitment to that.
Yeah. We lost the homeboy. He'll be back though. We lost him. He'll definitely get back in here. Bear with us. We're trying to do what we can do, work with it. At the same time, very interesting story what the homeboy's coming with. You know, very interesting story. I'm trying to delve and get into what possibly could could have happened, what was happening, what has happened, in Salas. So let's get back to the homeboy, man. Despensa la tira, he's back in here, and we're gonna make it happen. Let me add him to the stream. What's up, Spooky? You're back, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? This is, Boost,
All right.
Boost Mobile ain't working right now, Carnal.
Hey, no, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, bro, as long as you're in, that's all that matters. So trip out. With everything that was going on, so different vatos would get out of prison and would get placed in charge of Salas. Did you see that happen a lot? Like, say in the case of say Boxer Mendoza, he goes out and he becomes the RC of Salas. Did you see that happen a lot? Or was it always
No, you never seen that happen when I was out there.
Okay, so that was a rare thing.
Nah, you always had to see what. So they sent Chico to run Santa Clara. You know what I mean? He's from Salas. They took him out of Salas and sent him up there. So certain regiments that generate certain amounts of money and have a high membership rate in there, because you could have had like 4 carnal. You need somebody that can make decisions and stuff quick and accurate. So there's no, well, he did it for personal reasons. You know what I mean? So when
we lost the homie again. The Spencer. Hopefully he comes right back. It was going to get into the good stuff. We'll get right into it right now. We're losing him, but we'll get into it right now. He'll come right back. And like I said, I'm going to ask the questions and go with the narrative that I've designed, so that way we can get down to the bottom of a lot of things. We want to find out what was going on, man, out there in Salinas, and I want to find out what's going on with the homeboy. So let me get him back in here. Orale, you're back, Spooky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when Boxer went out there, I was already gone. So, I mean, as far as what was going on out there, I just hear bits and pieces, but my focus was in the Pinta, you know what I mean? I wasn't really focused on the streets, you know what I mean? I was just like trying to block everything that happened away, people who walked out of my life out, and just trying to stay safe inside the Pinta, and stuff like that. I was really validated, so I was going back to the shoe and everything, stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then we're getting ready to go under a big indictment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man. So when Operation Black Widow,
that's what happened.
Yeah, no, and I just know that it's very rare in Salas, and that's why I said, man, it's respects, it's ultimate respects to Boxer for having to go to Salas, man, and basically run the regiment out there, because not a lot of people outside of Salas ever get that chance. You know what I mean? But I wanted to say, did you so when Black Widow hit, what was up with that, bro? Were you tripping? Because I know that you knew Lizard personally, Ashali? What kind of individual was he, bro?
See, I met him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has shenanigans, right? Like when he talked and his primo brought him in, his primo was from Pitas and brought him in and stuff like that, because Achilles originally from Bakersfield, you know what I mean? And the dude was all right when I met him, because I was in the oil with them, and he was cool, you know what I mean? I didn't see that coming from him, but once people tend to get, because when he came back, he came through Corco. I was still in Corco when he came through, Mono from Oakland was my salary. A carnal named Mono, he had just came down from D facility, and I put him into my cell, and he was with me, and then Chente drove up, and then Warren. So when Achali came through, I was able to talk to him a couple times and stuff like that, but he was already like tripping a little bit, you know what I mean? And like my primo little man was getting ready to parole, and he was like, look, just watch your back, bro. You know what I mean? Like they're tripping off that whole Mikey thing and stuff like that, so but you're good. You're good. You don't need to worry about nothing. Chent is here with you. You got Mono as your Sally. You know, cyclone right here's here. You know what I'm saying? You have the backing, the blessings of the grass. You know what I mean? And you know, that's when my prima would come and see me, and she would go see Stork, and then you know they would like, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. You know, it's good. And I just stopped tripping off that. That wasn't, you know, but
yeah, that's a trip, but it's just it's a trip because everyone that I've ever talked to said they didn't see it coming, you know. So with the Sureños' influence in Salas, bro, what would you say? Um, is it different now, or have the Sureños and the Norteños always went at it, bro? Because I know with all the shit changing in the Pita, is you think that's affecting Salas?
it's never going to affect Salas. It's always going to be SK out there. Always, no matter what. It's always going to be there. They're all. Casitas ain't with it. And I still talk to the other homeboys. They're like, hey, that's prison shit. You don't run the streets. You run your regiment, but you don't run the streets. We run the streets. We run the streets of Salas. You know what I mean? And we're gonna bang these fools out. Simple as that. You know, and that's that. See, like the whole ceasefire shit is it's bullshit, Garna. It's straight up bullshit. They're trying to use the Arasa shit, man. It's about money, man. They're able to come out and collect value on both sides. You know, they don't want no problems, but I'm gonna tell you, there's always a snake in the grass. If that smile don't match that handshake, then something's up. And believe me, in a couple of years, you're going to see somebody's going to man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it if I was over there. If I was over there right now, I'd be like, look what happened to Baby Joker and all that stuff. I'll just snatch up Joker and a couple of us. Be like, look, we're going to hit this motherfucker first. We're going to turn around and we're going to go walk up on these muscles. Straight up, you know, fuck that. We're on the brass from the feds. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion, because it saddens me and it makes me angry for all the sacrifices that I fucking made, and I'm still behind the walls, man. You know what I mean? And like to just come out because you want to be able to be on the main. Look, bro, that's what we sign up for. You make your own bed. I made my bed. I lie in it. You know what I mean? Everybody makes their own bed. They lie in it. You're a homeboy, you're validated, you're stuck in the shoe. That's the life that we live. You know what I mean? Okay. Simple as that. You know, but with the ceasefire and the Arasa stuff, that's just all bullshit, bro. You know, they're just stacking their money on both sides, and that's how they're going to do it. That's if they're ever going to do it. You know what I mean? And to somebody, because I hear stories, you know, about yards that are like that, buddy yards, but it's like they're trying to oppose their will on certain Norteño yards, Cardinal yards, because they have more manpower. Anytime they get deep, that's what they do, you know. But they're not doing it in Solano. They're not doing it in Solano. They're not doing it in Folsom. They're not doing it in fucking Salinas Valley. They're not doing it in certain pintas. They're doing it in pintas where the manpower's not thick. You know what I mean? Well, look, you know, yeah, we understand that we have a ceasefire, but we're still running the illegal activity on the yard, and you guys only could buy this much off us a month. You know what? Fuck you. Eat a dick. Soft skin. You know what? Fuck. Get those dollars. Let's go. And I hear shit like that, and it angers me because they're up to their own tactics. And I just be like, you know, I mean, you know, it's just like I was like the way, you know, they try to move on Skip when we all branched out over there in the feds. You know what I mean? That and a couple other places. You know, my primo store actually got hit by an AB over there. You know what I mean? And Rico was with them, and they took the house away from him, and they ended up giving it to the AB. But you know, I mean, it's just like, what don't you understand where it says to work hand in hand and parallel to other pintas? Don't you guys understand what that means? So if something's happening over here, you have to work in parallel with your other carnales, your other familianos, your other brothers, because they're short over there and they're going through some hard times, you know. So when you work parallel, you be like, all right, South Skip, we got their back, and this is what we're going to do. And that should always be, you know, the objective to secure your brothers where they're not strong enough. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just trip out at a lot of stuff that happens. You know what I mean? Like what's been going on and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, and a lot of it is out of our hands, bro. We have no horse in the race, but we can still sit back knowing what we know, and having fucking sacrificed for the cause, and give our opinion. It might not matter to
Yeah,
certain individuals, but to us it does. And speaking of that, exactly, I feel how you feel, where you say, um, everything that we've sacrificed, what is it for? Because I remember, and I've sacrificed in prison too, but I always take it back to where we started, bro, in Nellis when we were young, bro. We went through some shit. We made a lot of sacrifices, man, to keep that fire burning for the homeboys. You know what I'm talking about, bro. We did a lot of shit there. And that's where it started for us. I know it doesn't count for nothing, but to us, it's our history. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No
You know,
doubt about it.
it's like you know what I mean. I mean, like I always tell people, they always say, "What's up, with Spooks, man?" You know, he loves the cause. I love the cause. The cause is a beautiful cause. You know, the cause don't fuck us off. The cause don't tell us to do malicious up and abuse our authority, you know, and stuff like that. You know, the cause teaches you the way to. It tells you, look, if you this is what you're destined to be, this is what you want to be. Follow this, and you won't go wrong. You know what I mean? And you know the struggle. You know, I used to always be pride, like I'm in the lucha por la casa. You know, I'm in the struggle for the cause. You know what I mean? And that's making
Yeah,
sacrifices. You know, and it's beautiful. And people say it's not that, it's the people that you allow to have positions that abuse their authority that make things fucked up. Simple as that. But if the fundamentals and the foundation that was built on was righteousness, and people continue to be righteousness and how they educate, you know, and to school them. Like if I'm eating, you're gonna be with me. If we have one sopa and there's three of us, guess
right,
what? We're going all three is going.
right.
We're all going to get 2 bites. You know, that's
That's
that's the
it.
carnalismo. And a lot of people don't show carnalismo no more. They want to put it in their pockets. They want it's not about uh we and us. It's about I and me now. You know, todo pa aquí, nada pa acá. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's how it is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, it saddens me, you know, to see it. You know what I mean? And you know, I just, like I said, I'm trying to focus on my health right now and stuff like that because I don't know what my destiny is. You know, they already told me pretty much what's going on, you know, so I take it for what it is, but I don't believe them. You know, I'm still going to do me, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah. Hey,
I mean,
hey, I wanted you to do something right now, because a lot of people don't know about your health and the whole situation, and they don't know that your time, your time is what it is, bro. Your time is what it is. When that time comes, you're ready for whatever you got to be ready for. But what I wanted you to do, bro, is I wanted you to I know you don't ask for nothing. That's never been your estilo. That's not your style. That's not your get down. But I'm saying, bro, there's a lot of gente that have asked me that they want to help you. So if you can, shout out your Cash App or anything that you have, bro, so that I can make something happen for you. I look out personally. You know how I look out, but I also want
yeah.
other people that want you to be able to. So holler it out, and that way I can put it up on the screen. Uh,
Well, the thing is I don't want to put that cash up there,
I understand. Yeah,
right?
I
Because
know.
you know what I'm saying they could freeze that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Hey, so
all you gotta do is just go to my email.
I'll have them shoot it to me. I'll have them shoot it to me, and bro, whatever palabra, whatever they shoot to me, then I'll make sure you get it. You know what I mean? We'll
Yeah,
do it like
yeah,
that.
it's good.
Yeah,
But
we'll do it
that's
like that.
that's that's cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's even
that's
better.
good.
That's even. But hey,
So
um, so go ahead, speak whatever's on your mind, bro. I'm just happy you're here, bro. Speak whatever's on your mind,
now
carnal.
I just like for a lot of people, it's like you know if you're into whatever you're into, like this has been my life since I was a young kid. You know what I mean? Gangs always been. Some people got drug addictions. Some people got this. Some people got that. Alcohol. My thing was gangs. I thrive. You know what I mean? And it's like if you're going to school, any youngsters, whether in the pinta or on the streets, just tell them whatever you choose to do it 100%. Do it 100% because there's no half stepping. You know what I mean? It's like what the Bible says, you can't live for God and money. You can't serve two masters. So you got to pick one and stick to it. But whatever you do it 100%. and believe in it. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to tell you guys to go out there and be homies and stuff like that. Nah, you know, all I hear now is arasa this, arasa that. Okay, well, if it's a arasa thing and that's what you want to do, then start educating yourself. Go be an assembly person. Go be a senator. You know what I mean? Go fucking help us change these laws. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and get signatures to overturn. The biggest mafia, organized criminals in California is CDC. That's straight up the CCPOA. These motherfuckers got so much money they put in, you know what I mean, in the pockets of governors, assembly people, senators, and stuff like that to get their laws passed. They're doing fucking 80 hours a week here and they're making more than a Harvard graduate makes here in these pintas by having us locked up. So if you're really about your people, you're really about the arasa, then go out there and do the political thing. Go out there and make changes that matters, changes that's going to go downhill. You know what I mean? That's for everybody that's all speaking that rasa stuff. Rasa is my, all right, fine, then go help your people out this way.
Yeah.
This is California Department of Corrections. This is the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. But guess what's not going on? Rehabilitation. There ain't no rehabilitation. Nothing going on here. Nothing.
Hey, so let's, and you're absolutely right, brother. Preach it, man. You're real, man. That's real, man. You're going through it. Ain't no one going through it like you are. Let's take it back. I want you right here, bro, face to face, to be able to clear up the stigma, man, about anything that's been said in your case, bro. Any slanderous remarks or anything that you've read, bro, or you've seen, or people have said about you that you know are not true, man. So you can go out and put it out there, man. That was all bullshit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so one thing is that one thing was that terror card shit. That shit never happened. I didn't go to trial because of some terror shit of a psychic child. That never happened. Number two, I never got on a stand and testified against nobody. Straight up. Nobody could say that I ever got up there and said, that's the guy, that's the bad guy, this is what he did. It didn't happen. And like I told you before, you know what I mean? People say what they say and they're going to believe what they're going to believe. That's why that book, you know, that book that came out, I wasn't really fond of. There's a lot of inaccuracies, you know, and that's why I reached out to Boxer and I said, hey, Boxer, check this out. Brokey's on the line. You know, he's going to get at you. I want to get at you. There's inaccuracies on that. That's not true. But, you know, you're going to do what you're going to do because this is your platform. You read the books that come out and stuff like that. Charlie, that never happened. You know what I mean? But each his own. Each his own. And, you know, there's paperwork out there. All you got to do is look for the paperwork, look up the case yourself and everything. You know, that's why I got paperwork since fucking 95 right here with me. The day I got arrested, what I was wearing. You know what I mean? I don't throw nothing away. Nothing. So, you know, I mean, but besides that, that's basically it, man. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, a lot of people say that I did this for that, and Rico was supposed to do this and that, and I was supposed to be pulled and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people don't know. They just say that never happened and stuff, and that was why I was doing what I was doing, Charlie. My shit was stamped already. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, like I said, when I was in Portugal, you know what I'm saying, I was already made. You know, so people saying that he still screwed me over and not pulling me into the familia. It don't really work that way. One person can't just pull you. You know what I'm saying? It's a 90-day you got to go through a 90-day grace period, and people have to, you know, do you know this about the right here? You know, it's a probation period. So a lot of people don't know the NC, but it's good. Like me, I don't trip. I keep it real. You know what I mean? And the thing is that people need to understand that you know, quiet as is kept. You know, I was asked to come back, and I said, you know what, Charlie, I'm good. You know, because I'm not going to sit there and somebody gets in his mind that I did something that I didn't do, and even though it's been cleared and stuff like that, to look over. You know, I'm not down with that. I'm not going to live my life like that. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. You know, like I said, like it goes back to what we're talking about. You know, right now I'm trying to get a liver transplant. You know what I mean? I have a lot of more bad days than good days, and it's starting to get worse. You know what I mean? But you know, I wanted to come on here and keep my promise to you that we're going to do this, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
no doubt
you
about it.
know, you know, that's basically it. What I got to tell. You know, what to say. You know, since some
Hey,
shout out.
I tell everyone, you know, because when I first started my YouTube channel, of course, I mentioned your name. I did a couple spills because, bro, I've always remembered you. You know, I never forget the real ones. And people
Yeah.
were like, "Nah, you don't know Spooky, bro. Fucking, you don't know him like that." I said, "Hey, fuck, I've known Spookio for 30 years since we're little. He ain't never changed. He ain't never switched up. He knows how I was when I was Skinner. He calls me Skinny Boy. He knows we was in that motherfucker, terrorizing that motherfucker, bro. And anyone can say whatever they want to say, but we were maxing out around that camp. You know what I mean? And we picked up right where we left off, bro, and nothing ever changed. You know, we had that respect for each other because it was more like brothers, bro. We had to look out for each other. We're all we had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no doubt. But anyways, with that being said, hey, bro, gracias for your time. I'm glad you cleared it up. Everything that you wanted to, all the misconceptions, you spoke some real shit out there. You put out there your true feelings, and that's just real, man. Like I said, Spookio de Casitas Salas can't be duplicated. This man is a living legend, bro. He's put in his work. He continues to do him, and he's right here. Like I said, right here. The gun brought it to you. I told you guys. That's my boy. There he is. Bang, bang. You know what it is, man. So I hope that you go out there, you move fast with a purpose. Hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, man, um, take it from a man who's doing all these life sentences and all this time, man. Um, it ain't cool. It ain't cool trying to be somebody that you're not. Now, this man is what he said he was. You know what I mean? This man lived it. This man did it. He breathes it, and and now he's suffering the repercussions for that. But he's taking it in stride, man. He's still got the smile on his face, the twinkle in his eye. That's still the homeboy Spooky. Ain't shit changed, man. But unless you're really ready to lace up those boots and go in a position like he was, and not many are, man, to keep your fucking mouth shut and in that fashion. You know what I mean? Anyways, all right, Spooky. Gracias, brother. I appreciate you. I'm going to go
All
ahead and
right,
end this.
you be good.
Oh, you already know,
Bye.
bro.
Bye. Love you.